Hello, hello, dear ones. Darshana Avila here, and today is the 19th day of Power to the P. I'm calling today my masturbation mashup. So, this is the month that I've dedicated to a mindful masturbation practice, self pleasuring with an intentionality and a consciousness around how I'm engaging with my body, what's going on in my emotional state, my turn on, all these different elements. And today it felt like there was not a single trick that I didn't like pull into my practice this morning. And I'm going to tell you about it. So let's see here. First of all, noteworthy is that I got the best sleep last night that I've had in ages. And so that had me starting off from a super well-resourced and joyful place this morning. I was simply so delighted that I had 8 solid hours of sleep. It was like seeing the world through new eyes. And so from there, everything just unfolded with a lot of ease and grace. I did some journaling. I spent some time at my altar. And then I transitioned to move my body, to just be with my body. And I ended up I rolled out my yoga mat, but then didn't really want to get on it. So I put a sheepskin over it and took off my clothes and just started rolling around on the floor and got into this very multi-sensory experience. So there was beautiful music playing. There was some morning sunlight coming through the window. I was enjoying the different textures and that sensuousness of just rolling and undulating and pressing. I could feel carpet, I could feel sheepskin, I could feel my own skin. And I started like biting and kissing and licking like my arms and my hands and just really like getting into taste, to smell, everything, like that really full sensory joy of just being in my body and letting my arousal build and taking my time with the unfolding. So it felt very much like a contact improvisational dance with myself and the floor and the rug and the couch that I could press my feet against when I was laying on the floor, just all these different ways of experiencing my body in motion and the sensations emanating from within as I went through this dance with myself. And eventually my arousal began building and I went into more genitally focused contact, a lot of just external, like on the surface. And as I started to stimulate myself and get turned on, I brought in a dildo for some penetration because it was feeling like I wanted that fullness. And I got the inspiration to bring in, I have a very small vibrator that is super soft and flexible, and I was using it all around my vulva. So not staying specifically focused on my clitoris, although not avoiding it, and just witnessing where like these different moments of pleasure and excitation were getting stimulated, particularly around like just at the bottom of the introitus, which is the opening of my vagina, like so kind of near in the direction of the perineum, and was enjoying a lot of pleasure there, which makes sense because that is actually tissue that can engorge as we get aroused. And so it is generally very pleasurable when stimulated. And I let myself be in this play for a while. And what was interesting is I started getting like more excited and having these like very diffuse orgasmic waves running through me, nothing peak orgasmic experience like, and a lot of just undulating and shaking of energy up my spine and emanating from like solar plexus and chest. And somewhere along the lines of all of this, I got in my head like, wow, okay, like I'm just going to go for like everything that feels good to me. And what if I let myself move toward a peak clitoral orgasm and I turn on a porn video that I know like is in the realm of like my core erotic themes and my pleasure and my turn on. And I did this, and for a little bit it was super hot, and then it wasn't. And that was very interesting to me. It was as if I had just been in this beautiful, connected lovemaking with myself. and was really listening in on the more subtle level, attuning to, okay, follow here, follow here, follow here. This is the direction that you want to go in, just as if I was lovemaking with a partner. And then it was like the equivalent of just turning the television on in the middle. And so I'm reporting this to you because it was interesting for me. Like, this is something that has definitely worked for me in the past. And today it was just actually a turn off more so than a turn on. I ended up just turning off the vibrator, shutting down the computer, like not just, it kind of stopped everything short. And I let myself just lay down again and rest and feel what was still echoing through my body, and just be in a space of some compassion for myself. Like, okay, I tried something and it didn't really work for me right now. And that's great information to have. And then after a little bit of transitioning, I brought myself out onto the dance floor for a Sunday dance that I just enjoy so wholeheartedly with some dear friends, and really moved some big energy. And that felt like a continuation of my practice. And then enjoyed some sumptuous food. It's a rainy day, so I ate some comfort, warm, yummy, grounding food. And now I'm back, and I wanted to share this report with you. Really excited about that. Hope you are enjoying your journeys, however it's unfolding for you. Please do let me hear from you. If there's anything that you want to share, that you have questions about, I would be delighted to hear from you. We are quickly approaching the end of the month. It's kind of crazy. We just have a little over a week left to go. And I'm excited to see what unfolds in that space. It's still a lot of time to be learning about self, and I wish you well with it. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.